Welcome back everybody to DG Outdoor Life, the place to be, and you know it. Out here once again, this time taking a closer look at a bit bigger pocket knife for me. Maybe not for you, but for me and what I'm used to carrying. This pocket knife is on the big side. It has the tools I want to have when I'm out like this in the forest. Maybe not so much in the city, but very much out here when I'm doing my thing, as you know. So taking a closer look at the Victorinox Outrider. So here we have the Outrider. As you can see, a bit bigger pocket knife. So the Outrider, why did I choose this one? For me, it came down to personal preference, and what I wanted was a blade, obviously. I wanted a bigger blade than I used to have on my other Victorinox pocket knives. And one other thing with this blade that I wanted was the locking blade. So this blade locks. As you can see here, you have a small lock. Can't push this blade. You have a small blade play here, like that, but not so much. Very sturdy. And for me, it was very practical when you're going to unlock this. Just press there and pull it down, and that's okay. When it goes out, the locks goes up. So that was one of the main reasons I wanted a locking blade. So there we have the blade. We also have one thing I have been wanting in my Victorinox. That's the saw. So now I have the saw, and this is a great tool for all your bushcrafter. A very handy tool for smaller stuff, detail work, as notching, and yeah, something else. It's a great thing to have when you're out like this. Maybe not so good or not so useful in the city. So that's great. And this does not lock. As you know, the only locking tool you have here is your big blade. The other thing, the third thing, always love the scissors on the Victorinox. Great scissors. Great scissors. Doesn't look as much, but they can do the job very good for the size. One of the best scissors in pockets, in the pocket knife world, in my opinion. So those are the tools, main tools that I was looking for. Yeah, 3 tools that I was looking for when I was going to get a bit bigger pocket knife. And I'm going to show you a small size comparison to the other family that I got of Victorinox. I don't have so many, just 4 knives from the line, but this one I think it will come really in handy when I'm out here. You have seen 3 of the tools now. Just going to show you the other tools that can come in handy. Here we have the bottle opener and a bigger screwdriver. This one you have can opener and smaller flat screwdriver. You saw the scissor, but underneath you need to bring this out to take out your Phillips screwdriver. Let me just zoom in a bit. And this is a pretty small Phillips screwdriver, very long there. So before you put this back, you need to assure your scissor is up, because otherwise this would not close. And I can tell you, it locks pretty hard here. So it's much harder lock on this one than the other tools. And when you fold it up, it goes directly down. It doesn't stay here. So it does not stay. If I want it to stay there, it doesn't stay there. Just so you know that. So that done with that one and that one. And there we have all the tools on that side. We also have, I always forget this name, I think it's a reamer or something like that. Please correct me down on the comment if I said it wrong. This one, usually I don't choose a Victorinox with the bottle opener, but this model has it. And I think when I'm out here using this knife, maybe I have more useful something with this one than the Phillips screwdriver. I don't know, but please comment down below, what do you use your corkscrew for? And then we have your toothpick, as you know, the toothpick and the small tweezers. That's every tool, I think. I haven't missed out any tools. You have your small, I don't know what they call it. So you can tie some paracord or put your keys on it, what you want. And you have another Victorinox that's one-handed opening. I was looking at that one, but finally I decided on this one. And the reason I decided on this one was because on that knife, here you have the flat blade. As you can see, that knife, you have, I think, a hump here, pretty good hump, like a thumb assist to take out your blade one-handed. So that's good and very practical if you only can use one hand and you have injured the other arm or whatever. You can't use two hands to open your knife. But what I saw and find out, that when you are using other tools, like for example this comes really in handy, using the saw when you're out, you will spend much time using this saw, I think. I will. Then this hump here, if you can imagine that hump there, when you grab your knife, it becomes like a big lump here, creating a hot spot. Not as comfortable holding your knife when you're doing other stuffs. Obviously you can hold your knife like this or other grips, but when I usually close my hand around the knife. Some have a sturdy grip using my knife or something like that, and I have my finger there. Then I don't want that hump. Then you're thinking, but you lose the practicality of one-handed opening. Yeah, you do so. But not all is true about that. I'm just going to show you. You can open this knife with one hand. Maybe not your smaller Victorinox, but if you really practice, you can open this with one hand. So imagine I have injured this arm. I don't have this arm. I need to use the blade. This seems ridiculously, but it can happen. You have several techniques. I don't know so much about that, but just grab the blade, put it like that. I don't know if you saw that, but now my blade is open. I think the one-handed opener, it has like a liner lock, so you need to push reversed grip and then pull, because it's like done for lefties. I may be mistaken there, but and this one you just put there and your knife is locked. So once again, how do I open this one? I just grab the fingers there on the blade, put some pressure, as you see there. You have the blade open, you can put it against your body. Now it's open. Once again. So, one-handed opening. Take the blade, pinky. I do it like this. You can find other methods to do this. Push it, as you can see there, against your body. And there we have one-handed opening. Not the most practical way to open your knife, but if you needed to do that when this hand doesn't work, you can do it. Okay, enough talk. Let's do something. So here we have a smaller stick. It's not so big, as you can see. You can do bigger stuff, but just for demonstration, showing you how the saw works. That's no problem. Clean cuts. There we go. Nothing special. And one other reason I choose this one was because, as I told you, it's a bigger pocket knife. It is, but you also gain, I don't know how much, but maybe a half an inch or a bit more, 1.5 centimeters, 2 centimeters of blade when you're sawing. That can come in handy when you're choosing bigger sticks than this one. Also on the blade here I have an 8 centimeter cutting edge. On the ordinary I think it's 6 centimeter cutting edge. So I was after the length when I choose this one. Because I have a locking blade, I can use more the push cut, thumb assist, pushing with my thumb to control it. Otherwise I could injure my hand. Using my saw first and then using my blade to creating this gap for some notching. No problem. And there we have another notch, the 7-1. Two typical notches created with the saw and the blade. As you can see here, some feather sticks. And we have some feather sticks making. Nice, rounded, really thin curls you can get with this knife. Other curls, really small curls. Yeah, no problem for fire making. But maybe you're asking yourself, how do you strike with this knife? You have two options, in my opinion, that you can use with this knife. You have seen it before. I've used this one to strike the ferro rod, but I need to do it with this hand. You also have your saw, because it has a really nice 90-degree spine, but as you know, this does not lock here, so you need to put some pressure here. If you do it with your finger or holding the saw, how you do it, it's up to you. You can also take a stick or something. Take a stick, put it between the blade and saw, then you create, if you put it like that, you have an excellent 90-degree spine. It won't close down on you, and you won't hurt your thumb with the serration, or what you call this. Just small tips. So taking a closer look here at my small family of Victorinox. We have the biggest one, the normal size Victorinox, a bit smaller. I think this is 85 or 86 millimeters of length, and then the classic version, but this is one with a small pen. Yeah, so the biggest one, as you can see here, is the Outrider at 111 millimeters. We have the standard size. I think they go for 91 millimeters of length, and this one 86, I think it is. I don't remember the smallest one how much. As I mentioned earlier, the blade length on this one and this one, so 2 centimeters on this knife does a whole lot of stuff. So I was looking at this kind of size with the saw, but I thought for myself, and I already have this blade length, and I wanted a locking blade, and I would like to, if it comes down to it, take a bit thicker sticks or logs with the saw. So that's perfect. So there we have, and then we have this one, as you can see, and then we have the smallest one. So there we have all the lineup that I have, from the biggest one to the smallest one. Pretty big difference here. We have a lot of different here also, and also here. So the extra length and weight you get with this one, I think I can deal with it, because it will come more in handy for several tasks. Obviously this is more portable in the city, in your pocket with your keys. This is not. This is more for carrying in your pocket when you're out here in the woods or something else. You would need a bigger knife, a bigger saw, pair of scissors and other stuffs. So there we have a small size comparison between the 4 knives. So that was all for this time, guys. thank you for all your support, and keep on watching, spread the word. DG Outdoor Life is the place to be, and I hope you enjoy watching this knife and why I like this knife, why I chose this knife. As many of you other Victorinox lover, when you see this knife, it takes me back to my childhood when I saw MacGyver with his own Swiss Army knife making, for example, he could make anything work. He can make a bong with a toothpick or whatever, you name it. He will do it with a Victorinox. That's where I got, man, I would like to have a Victorinox. Victorinox, or how you pronounce it. I'm sorry if I'm saying it wrong. So, inspired by MacGyver, I always strived to get one multi-tool that does it all. Works better for MacGyver than for me, I can tell you that right now. So thanks for watching, guys, and see you on the next video. Have a great day.